I've sometimes talked about the place that I go to on the weekends, the place that you sometimes see in my videos where I do a little shopping. It's got the American community, the American groceries and products and stuff like that. It's a place that I put in 20 hours every weekend. I know I've talked about it and you've seen it, but rarely do I ever show you an actual in-depth look of what it is that I'm doing there and what's actually happening. Today I'm going to show you because it's a different kind of day going there today. Now the difference won't mean much to you guys because like I said, you don't know anything different. Hopefully throughout the course of this video though, you guys understand why today is a little different than the normal day. But before I get to it, I'm kind of hungry and I want coffee. So the reason why this even gets its own video is because for myself, it's going to be a sense of pride that comes along with finally pulling it off. It's been a long time coming. It's not like I talk about it all the time. So I've just felt like it needed its own video. And don't get me wrong, this will probably be something you guys probably could have figured out on your own. I just wanted to give you guys some kind of peek into how complicated this actually could be, my situation here. I kind of just figured that this is the perfect opportunity for people who want to relocate, pick up and move to somewhere else, particularly Germany, to see what it looks like to do it this way. Now, I do kind of feel like my way is kind of unconventional because most people that move to another country don't consider or even have the opportunity to work on a U.S. military facility, which gains that person plenty benefits. It's kind of a cheat code, to be honest. It's kind of a cheat code for moving overseas. And maybe I'll make a video dedicated to doing it that particular way, primarily. Like if that's your goal, maybe I'll make a video about that. But in the meantime, let's get on with this video. Let go. So if you haven't figured it out already, or if you haven't watched that live stream I did where I already revealed what's happening, today's my last day at this place. Here at this place, it's only been 2 years. It's a little bittersweet, as I explained in that live stream. There are some scary aspects to leaving this place because there's a lot of things that comes with it. And without it, I'm gonna go on in and we're gonna show you guys what the day in a life of being here looks like. You probably won't see everything. I don't wanna mess with anybody's privacy or whatever. I'll be putting a lot of information on my little cube here. We'll see what happens. As with everyone else and every other place else, we have to deal with the discomfort of having to wear masks everywhere. Is this ever going to be over? To be quite honest, there's not much that happens here, and sometimes I feel like I regret wasting, it's only 20 hours a weekend, but wasting so much of my time being here. But I get something in return, and that something's quite important if you look at the scope of things. Okay, so before I get copyright claimed for the music that's playing overhead, basically, this is a delicatessen and a bakery. I come here and slice up meats and sell bread and things like that to the people of the military and the community surrounding, spouses and the kids, the whole local U.S. military community. And I've basically been doing that for the last couple years now. Before this, I actually did something else to earn my sofa stay, but I never get a chance to talk about that before now. outlined in the video before, when this comes to an end, I'm gonna be completely on my own here in Germany, which means I'm gonna have to start my visa process and hopefully get that stuff approved relatively soon. If it's later, but hopefully soon. It is a little bit scary, but you know what? It has to be done. This is home for me, and I ain't going nowhere, so we're gonna get it done. What is SOFA? Basically, SOFA is an acronym, SOFA. It stands for Status of Forces Agreement. So what that does is it covers you for staying in the host country that you're in, as long as you're working and belong to the establishment. So me, that's what's gotten me my stay here in Germany. And it's what's covered me for the last number of years. Even before I was at this particular place, I was still covered by SOFA. That's what that is. One thing I don't want people to misunderstand about this is I'm not leaving because it's hard. On the worst day, I couldn't complain. For one, it's only 20 hours a week, and I only do it on the weekends. For two, what you get in exchange is way worth 20 hours you're putting in. So it's not that because it's hard, it's just time for me to do what I set out to do long ago, and that's come, live, make my home in Germany. It's just time. It's just time. So there's very, very few machines here that we have to deal with. This is one of them. So I'm gonna take this apart and probably gonna be done for the night. I told you, there's nothing hard about this job. That's it. Now I'm gonna take it to the back, wash it, and be done with it. And now it's time to clean out my locker. All I have to do is give these dirty aprons to the guys, and I think I'm about done. I'll go back to my section and tidy up and finish up there, and I'll be headed out for the last time. And that's it. It's 7:15. I'm waiting until 7:30, and that's it. That's my final day on my cushiony sofa job. 15 minutes, and I'll meet you guys outside. Hopefully the wind doesn't mess this up. I won't be here too long, but basically, I'm just taking in this sunset. It's still a little high in the sky, but it's still a sunset right now because it's on the latter half of it. And in the distance, I can see very thick fog being glowed from behind by the sun. And it's just making for a beautiful, beautiful sunset. So I'm gonna take this sky in and kind of chill, and I'm gonna take it in for a minute. Yes, I bought me another plant. I'm adding to the collection. No, but seriously, I like to talk about some of the good things that is going to happen from this, and maybe outline a couple of the bad things too, because I know a lot of you are probably like, what is the big deal? Why is he making such a big deal out of this? Why is it an event? When I get to the house, I'll let you guys know what I think. And really, only bad things I can really think of is a couple shopping related things. Like supposedly the cheaper gas that you get on base. I've never compared the prices, but apparently it's supposed to be a little cheaper on the base. And then there's the shopping at the base facilities. The commissary and AFES, which is the BX, if anybody's familiar with it. I won't be missing out on those actually. So they're not, in my book, considered bad things. What else could I be missing out on? I don't know, an American community? And that I'm not even really worried about. I can build communities anywhere. There's also a matter of the tax relief that you get when you hold a position on the base with the US military. You get relieved of the 19% tax on items out when you shop in Germany. Not really worried about that. I mean, now let's look at some of the good things. I'll finally get to practice my German and brush up on that and hopefully get proficient enough to actually hold a conversation. I'll get to do more business related things because I'll finally be in the German system. And hell, I guess the biggest thing is that I'll finally doing what it is that I set out to do, and that's leaving what I've known, the country that I've known, all behind, and immersing myself and becoming, as much as I can, immersed into this German society. It was never the goal to be involved in the community that I just left all this time. That was never the goal. I just kind of got stuck in the routine of it. There was a few things that I, couldn't let go in the moment. I had to take care of prior to leaving that behind in order to be able to be okay when I did. And nobody really blames me for making this move, making this change, this transition. Everybody's just like, I'm getting either praise or envy, to be honest. Now I'm in a position where people trust it because they saw what I'd done already a few years ago. They saw me make the move here. They saw me put forth the effort and actually succeed at it. So when I started telling people what I was doing, it was just like, wow, good for you. And that gives me confidence that this is what I need to be doing. So I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with the decision. So I hope y'all can believe me when I say that this is a good thing. I'm not worried. There is nothing to be worried about when it comes to this. And as I hang up this shirt one last time, I can feel confident in that decision. And knowing I won't be living anywhere else, I can finally feel 100% confident in calling myself an American in Germany. Talk to you guys in the next video. I'm in a place serene and pure and free. Hey, I ain't worried about what